asked you to name off all the things that you love, how long would it take for you to name yourself? Hi, my name is Megan Riddell, and I too sat in the middle of my floor and listened to Louise Hayes ask me this question. I instantly became distraught and confused to why a 23-year-old would have never asked or said that to herself. I then began research and I came up with a hypothesis. 'Tis my hypothesis. I believe that if you obtain self-love and become an ambassador of yourself, you will be able to, as an individual, gain better physical and mental health. Really think about it though. Today's society, that's all they're raving about, is better physical and mental health. If the more mentally inclined you are, the more intellect you have, the better you are off, right? Or the better physical attributes you have, the prettier you are, the higher you'll climb. Well, I say we stop listening to society and we start listening to ourselves and we figure out what we want in this life. According to worldtracker.info, there are 7.53 billion people on this planet. I believe that you and I should be able to look in the mirror and believe in the love that we have for ourselves. Don't believe me? Don't want to take my advice? Well, how about you take advice from a good source named Muhammad Gandhi. He once said, "You, more than anyone in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." Do you sometimes find yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, I don't love me? Well, do you think you portray that onto the people around you? If you don't love yourself, how could you portray that you love anyone else? Right? According to Webster's dictionary, the definition of self-love is the love of oneself or the knowledge of one's own happiness or advantage. So do you find yourself thinking, well, what makes me happy? Who could make me happy? If you can't make yourself happy, how do you think, or how well do you think you're doing to make the loved ones around you happy? Well, never to worry, I may have a solution. So, scientists think that it could actually come down to our DNA. They call them telomeres. What are telomeres? Well, let's try to go back to biology, DNA, chromosomes. What's DNA? DNA is what we're made up of. Your DNA is what tells you if you're gonna have a widow's peak or a small nose or brown eyes, right? So your DNA is made up, at the very bottom of it, these little things called telomeres. And they're these little structures that are necessary for our DNA replication. And according to Zen meditation, length of telomeres, the article that I read that was done at Stanford, they did a study and on healthy moms who bared children who came out healthy, and then they did a study on moms who bared children who came out chronically ill. So these moms that they did on the chronically ill children, the moms had shorter telomeres. They also had a lot of psychological stress, and they said the more psychological stress you have actually could shrink in your telomeres. And these children's diseases range from their stomach to autism. So then they're like, okay, well now we're gonna look at the healthy moms. So they get the healthy moms and they try to find a control. And in science, a control is something that stays the same constant through an experiment, right? Okay, well, it came down to 4 things that these mothers all had the same thing. They were all constant and it just didn't change, okay? So the 4, it comes to a healthy body index. How do you get a healthy body index? Well, you eat healthy, you physically exercise, and the moms did not smoke. So these 4 habits help these moms. But also, according to Science Daily, the best habit you could have or to obtain is self-acceptance. And the definition of self-acceptance is to be comfortable with yourself. So I think it's time to start swapping some habits, some good habits versus bad habits. And the best advice I can give you, honestly, that really helped me was a quote from Amelia Earhart. And she said, the best way to do it is just to do it. So, my last question I have for you today is, have you ever seen, heard, or observed a Victoria's Secret model? We all have. And what do these ladies get paid to do for a living? Well, they get paid to be ambassadors of Victoria's Secret. And what do they have to do to become ambassadors of Victoria's Secret? Well, I did some research, and these ladies all have a very healthy body index, and you know they all look very stunning. So they have a healthy body index, right? They all physically exercise. I have never seen any kind of like documentation. If you see it, I would love to see it, but I've never seen any documentation of any Victoria's Secret model smoking, and they all eat healthy. So they come down to these 4 contributing habits that these women display, and you know when you see a Victoria's Secret model that they are in love with themselves, because look at them. Anyways, so I think we need to start taking some notes, men and women, not to become Victoria's Secret models or ambassadors of Victoria's Secret models. Are you listening? There are 7.53 billion people on this earth. And I believe that you and I should be able to look in the mirror and say, I love you, and mean it. Really, and mean it. In conclusion, by obtaining self-love and by becoming an ambassador of you, you will be able to obtain, as an individual, better mental and physical health. So I say, stop listening to what people think they say you should be. Don't let a brand tell you what to be. Don't let your mom tell you what to be. Don't let your teacher tell you what to be. You need to figure it out on your own. You need to dig deep inside of you and find the love and the security that you have in yourself. So, what I'm trying to say is, start swapping those bad habits for some good habits. Learn what you like. Figure out what you love. You know what? I dare you, after you stop watching me, to put your phone away. Go try meditation. Go write down your goals and accomplishments. Go do something that's going to help you find out who you are and figure out the love you have for yourself. Why? Because you deserve it. Thank you.